I'm still trying to figure out if Spurs beat us or we just simply beat ourselves. 4-4 on aggregate. Spurs winning on the away goal rule because they scored 3 and we didn't score a single one. We have to rewind to the first leg. Guardiola should have never started with that 11. Fabian Delph should have never started a Champions League quarterfinal with the season he's having. He should have never started. We could have went in with 4 available center halves and still do better than what we did in that game with the inclusion of Delph. Well, not to mention Kyle Walker, but we could have went in with 3 center halves at the back. We did not need Delph in that 11. We didn't need him. And with Fernandinho available but not fully fit, but choosing to go with Gundogan, he had a good game, but it wasn't effective. We did not score. Should have went in with his strongest possible 11. Sergio Aguero with the penalty. VAR awarded a penalty to us. Rose with the handball. Aguero failed to score. Big save by Lloris. We had so many chances in that game, but failed to put any in the back of the net. And Tottenham, when they had their chance, through Heung's son, they scored. Edison should have stopped that ball. I see why a lot of people are saying that Alisson is actually better than Edison because some of the goals he conceded is silly. Silly. He could save some of those. They're savable goals. Let me just put it that way. Heung son, absolutely brilliant. Deserves way more credit. Scored that goal. Son won. And Tottenham won. I said Son won. But Tottenham won the game. 1-0. Harry Kane had to go off injured. He injured himself. We did not have a good game. I couldn't believe we lost that game. Could have at least draw the game. Pick up an away goal. Would have won eventually. Second leg. Pep Guardiola needed to rectify his wrongs. And he did so, first of all, with the starting 11. Excuse me. Walker, Company, Laporte, Mendy. I don't understand why Gundogan started the game ahead of Fernandinho. I don't know if he's trying to make Gundogan happy so that he could stay at the club. But Gundogan has been poor going forward, in my opinion. Like, he has opportunities to score and he always puts them over. Like, just calm yourself and, go over the ball and hit the target, man. Why you always gotta hit the ball in the crowd? I don't know why. David Silva, who has not been at his usual best, and Kevin De Bruyne, who has been absolutely fantastic when he's fully fit. Bernardo Silva on the right, awesome player this season and last, also for Monaco the previous season. Aguero, his reliable self, always popping up on the score sheet, and Raheem Sterling having the season of his career. It was a good 11. It was a really good 11. I was like, yeah, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. But deep down within me, I had a feeling that Spurs would win the tie, somehow or the other. And they end up doing so. Pochettino, this is his first time he's making it to the Champions League semi-final. He has not won a single thing as a manager. Nothing. Maybe a player of the month, a manager of the month award. That's about it. He hasn't won anything with Spurs. Spurs did not spend a single penny this season. And he's in the Champions League semi-final to face Ajax. which means there's a huge possibility that he could be in the finals and even go on to win it. It's crazy to think about. They're currently in the top 4 of the EPL as well, which is remarkable. They were in the title race, but they fell out. He went in with Lucas Moura, who has been really good this season. Scored a hat-trick in his last Premier League game. The new stadium effect is helping Tottenham as well. Heung Son, the player of the tie, 3 goals. Christian Eriksen, man. Silent killer in the midfield. Dele Alli, overrated player. Musa Sissoko, vastly improved player this season. Had to go off injured. He injured himself. Another Tottenham player injuring themselves trying to tackle a Man City player. Then we had Vincent Wanyama, I think his name is Vincent Wanyama, the Kenyan. He played well. He played really, really well in the game. Flies under the radar most of the time, but he played well. Defense, Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen, Kieran Trippier, and Danny Rose with Hugo Lloris in goal, pulling off a few big saves once again. Tottenham, they deserve it, man. You got to give them credit. They deserve it. Again, did we beat ourselves, or did Tottenham beat us across the 2 legs? The reason why I'm asking, did we beat ourselves, because we had a penalty, we missed it. But then again, Lloris saved it. So there's Tottenham coming into the equation there. Then we scored first in the second leg. De Bruyne setting up Sterling. Him cutting back, opening up his body to beat Lloris. That was a brilliant goal. Then I told my Liverpool friend at work, I'm like, yeah, we're back into this. And as soon as he turned his back, took a few steps, went outside, Son scored. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is going on here? I took my eyes off the screen for a second. And I'm like, the commentator screaming goal. Was watching the game in Spanish. Couldn't get an English feed. It was a mistake by Aymeric Laporte. The ball was passed to Son, but Laporte stuck out a leg and basically gifted him space, and Son did the rest. You know how clinical this player is. I was like, wow. 3 minutes later, Laporte again, a heavy touch, lost the ball. Ball was passed to Moura. He did his magic. Pass it to Son, who was in space. Again, no one marking him. And you got to give the man credit, because if this was another player, he may have put it over the crossbar or put a tame shot to Edison or do some crap with the ball. But not Son. Not this South Korean whiz kid. Still very young. Not that young, but the man is freaking good. Beat Edison at his far post again, 2-1. I'm like, oh my goodness. Are we going to lose this match? Lose the tie? 2 away goals, man. This is hard to overturn. 2 away goals. City came up with the answers. Bernardo Silva, he scored. Pushed the ball through a crowd of players. Got it past Lloris. And then Sterling popped up again. Scored. Tap in. De Bruyne set up. And yesterday I was so flustered. I was so distraught. that I got all the things wrong in the video that I made. I didn't even know what was going on in terms of what happened with his name is Llorente goal, and then the last disallowed goal. I totally screwed that up because I was so messed up in the head. Go back and watch the video, see what I'm talking about. But we went 3-2 up, and then we went 4-2 up. So at that point in time, we were winning the tie 4-3. We were winning the tie 4-3 when Aguero scored his goal. So I'm like, okay, good. Oh my God. We're going to get to play Ajax. We're going to get to play Ajax, and I fancy us beating Ajax, even though they have been phenomenal this season. I'll take Ajax. We'll take Ajax, yeah. Disaster struck for us. 73rd minute. Fernando Llorente, a man brought over from Swansea City. Tottenham with the budget signing. He was brilliant at Swansea. He saved them one season, but they went down the next season when he left for Tottenham. He has come up with some brilliant goals for Tottenham during his time there. But when Sissoko went off and Llorente came on, I was surprised because Llorente went up top, and I think it was Mora or Son, one of them dropped back. They played a different formation, basically. Or they played 3 at the top. I was like, why did he bring on Llorente and not a defensive player since they had the advantage? Maybe bring on Harry Winks, or Davinson Sanchez, beef up the defense. But Pochettino wanted more goals, and that's what he got. Corner came in. I think it was Eriksson who kicked the corner. I can't remember. And up went Kyle Walker. He didn't get the ball. I don't know if it brushed off his head. Company went up. Llorente went up. Laporte was there. And the ball missed everybody's head, basically, and fell right into Llorente's lap, basically. Came off his leg and went past Edison, who just stood there watching the ball. I'm like, the ball missed everybody, and it wasn't expected to hit his leg and go past Edison. Again, maybe if he was positioned better, he could have stopped it. So I may argue. The goal was reviewed and it was given. It stood. It was reviewed for possible handball. And yesterday I thought it was like a push or something. I was all messed up, man. Emotions was running wild yesterday. So with that goal, Tottenham, they were basically winning the tie again. And at that point of the game, Pep Guardiola had only made one substitution. He had brought on Fernandinho for David Silva. Pushed Gundogan further up. To no effect. He had his chances. Don't know what's going on with Gundogan with kicking the ball over the post. Like, take your time, man. Take your freaking time. Where was Sane? Maybe he should have brought on Sane at that time for Mendy. I think he eventually did, but it was late. It was pretty late. It was in the 84th minute. And we still had another attacking option to bring on Gabriel Jesus, which we should have done. We had nothing to lose. Maybe we should have took off Kyle Walker, bring on Gabriel Jesus, and go all out. We're winning the match, but not the tie. Sane did not have enough time to work his magic, but the game was pretty much summed up when we had our final chance. We scored, but it was deemed to be offside. In yesterday's video, I said that it was a pass and then Ericsson touched the ball and it got to Sergio Aguero. Guys, I swear that's what I saw. I don't know how I saw that, but I was so fucked up yesterday that that's what I saw. That is exactly what I saw. But it turned out that it was Ericsson making a back pass because he didn't know what to do at that point, so he tried to pass it back to one of his other players, and Bernardo Silva stuck out a leg and it hit his leg, which would be considered a pass in the offside rule. Aguero, who wasn't really checking his position, who he should have been checking where he was, making sure he's in line with the last defender. He wasn't, was ball watching. Ball came to him unexpectedly too. Maybe that's why. Shuffled, passed it to Sterling. Sterling did the rest. I went wild in the truck. I was at work in the truck. I went wild. I went crazy. Pep Guardiola went crazy. Raheem Sterling celebrated like crazy. That would have been a hat-trick for him. Champions League quarterfinal hat-trick to book a semi-final place to play Ajax. And celebrating. I'm celebrating. I'm like, what? I can't believe this. Oh my God. I felt so good, guys. I felt so good. I felt so good. This is my team. I felt freaking good. Then I'm like, what's going on here? The referee is like, I'm like, goal decision review. I'm like, what is going on here? They reviewed it. VAR. Offside. I'm like, oh my God. We're not going to win this. Not enough time left. We tried. Spurs, they played their little games at the end, which they should do. Waste time. Wind down the clock. And the match finished 4-3. We won the game, but we lost the tie. Pochettino could not believe it. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. Spurs fans, I know, couldn't believe it. I could see them in the stadium. They were in awe. They had already given up when the goal scored. They were like, oh. City fans happy, and then when it overturned, it was like, that's what I don't like about VAR. Look at all the celebration that Pep did, Raheem Sterling did, only for it to be subdued by not giving the goal. It felt really bad. I felt so distraught, I could have cried. I could have definitely cried. Our European season has come to an end, but we still have to play for the league. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We have 5 matches left. Not easy game. We have Spurs, Man United, we have Brighton, and a few other games. I can't even remember. But we have to win everything because Liverpool has 4 games left and they're gonna smash all the teams they play. That's what I think. But they have the Champions League as a distraction. So that is not a bad thing. It may work in our favor. It may work if they make a deep run. They would have the Champions League in the back of their mind. When I say deep run, I mean the finals. To play one of Ajax or Tottenham Hotspur, they could win this thing. Liverpool could win this thing. But you know who won't win the Champions League this season? Manchester City. For a very long time, we've been knocking on Champions League trophy door, and it refused to open. It refused to open. Jehovah's Witness. But guys, man, I'm your boy, Dominic Rich. Just wanted to talk about the match again. Yesterday's video was based on raw emotion. Today I'm a little bit more, subdued and level-headed. Just wanted to talk about the match in itself. Good luck to Tottenham, Ajax in the semis, Barca Liverpool, all the best. May the best teams win. If you're new guys, subscribe. Thanks for 21K. Road to 22K is in full effect. Grinding, we're going hard. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Leave your comments down below. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.